And Nick Robertson will start on the top line for Toronto, replacing William Nylander, coming off a career-high 17 minutes, 22 seconds, and a goal. Battle of the Bobbies tonight, Craig Simpson. I know you'll be watching that. Bobby McMahon and Bobby Brink in the house that Bobby Clark built. There's Travis Konecny in, a centering pass, scores! Right off the hop, Christian Tavares, a minute 9 in.
A team that's got confidence, and here's just a simple dump in that ends up in the back of the net. Down in the corner there, get a little inside position on Chris Tanev, and you saw Oliver Ekman-Larsson went to the same man that Tanev does, right there. Now he can't recover, and Dvorak on the doorstep.
Sent it out to center ice. Calle Järnkrok battling for it there. On a line with Sammy Blais and Max Domi. Here's a shot, and Stolarz
in Columbus. Had a pretty darn good outing in his first game in the NHL in 2 years.
Here's Bobby Brink, that's off the shoulder of Stolarz.
I think too, Rick Tocchet's the perfect kind of coach for him. Settle that down.
Here comes Domi into the attack, and Vladar got a piece of that. Matthews looks for it, and comes across to Robertson. Back to the captain, in behind the net. He's on an 11-game point streak against Philadelphia. Shot. Riley. That shot cuts down Forster. Forster shaken up on the play. That'll leave a mark, and Matthews scores! Austin Matthews has tied it, and now it's a 12-game point streak head-to-head against Philadelphia.
And maybe more notably is just the way that this one goes in. That's the Matthews that I think a lot of fans have been waiting to see. But this is another hard work, good shift. The block, you take advantage of Forster not being able to get up. Matthews actually trips on his stick, but then tap. Wants that puck quickly. You saw Max Domi try to go up and over the shoulder. This time, though, quick release, perfect position, and up and under the bar to tie this game.
For Austin Matthews. And back comes Philadelphia backhand, and Stolarz will cover that. This is a much more spirited first period for the Leafs than we saw in Columbus. Calle Järnkrok's got a chance for Domi's side of the net, and it's covered.
To the side there, that puck was coming right to him. Good defensive play by Gravenkin, getting back into the Philly lineup for the first time through.
And here comes Zegras in. He's shot in the right pad, stopped. Blais after it, the far side, a collision there, and Ekman-Larsson got caught up in the wash. Hathaway put it in front. Knocked loose, Abels with a chance. Now they'll get it set up with Matthews. Back to Riley and across to Domi. Morgan Riley looking for Matthews. Shooting, and Vladar idling in his own zone. Both teams are making changes as Benoit tried to bank that to Matthews. Broken up, but here comes Sammy Blais in, and Vladar had to be sharp.
Telling genius, and man, Mr. Philadelphia Flyer, those two banners hang in this building. A lot had to do with his goaltending and just how brilliant he was.
And there's Tanev knocking it loose. It'll come around. Secret shot behind Stolarz, Snow Angel, and he holds it out. Oh man!
And then all of a sudden, one side to the other, the one-timer. Oh man! Right post, left post, back the other side. You could see Tanev, Chris, with his stick on.
Back for Drysdale. That bounced off a stick. Nicola impeding that. Now a chance. And Stolarz shuts down Travis Konecny. Leafs trying to clear it. And finally do get it out to center. Back into that second period that's been a nightmare for the Leafs early in the season. They were outscored 3-1 again in Columbus. And now we're a -10. in the second period on the season. That's the worst in the league after being upper echelon a year ago. Here's McCabe putting it right on. Back to Carlo and McCabe. Around for McMahon. Nice pass, and Cowan loose. Easton Cowan, and Vladar takes that off the shoulder. Cowan gets his own rebound. Here's Easton Cowan flipping it back. Great pass. Shot by Tavares. Stopped by Vladar. McCabe venturing in along with Joshua. Slides to Michelli. Kicks it back up top, Tanev. And a change direction. Turned aside by Vladar. Michelli retrieves. Back to Tanev and McCabe. Here's a shot. Scores! From the point. It gets through. And Jake McCabe gives Toronto its first lead of the night.
He gets it up top, and he's not even thinking, okay, what am I going to do with this? Well, the end and the default was just put it towards the net. Turns, stops, and just a floater. But you saw there, Dan Vladar had no idea where that puck went. Maybe that little movement from backhand to forehand changed the angle by about 3 feet there for McCabe, and he just sifts one. We saw a lot of that at the end of the Columbus game. Robertson making plays and having some good composure with the puck.
Here goes Easton Cowan again, putting his second shot on goal. Working against Gaucher, and he's 10-1. Back to the line. Vladar, a blocker stop. Austin Matthews, Michkov showed his strength there. And has it behind the net. Centers it! And Tippett with a great chance. Dog tired. John Tavares. That pass broken up in front. And they'll work it out. Leafs almost at a 2-on-1. It's Nyes with Robertson. 2-on-2. Scores! Nick Robertson with another beauty. And the Leafs have a 3-1 lead.
Play on a cross-seam pass to go the other way. Between his legs is Tavares. Nyes with the curl and drop. And this is the one thing that Nick Robertson can do that some others can't. You talk about a guy who plays up and down the lineup. When he gets a one-shot opportunity, he blows it.
And that speed you were referencing was notable. And interesting that William Nylander could be back on Monday. Scott Laughton could be back. Shot attempts did even through 2 periods at 39 apiece. And here's Tavares. Swing it across. Cowan scores! There it is! His first NHL goal! Easton Cowan is on the board.
And that's an instinct goal right there. That's the difference between getting the puck and thinking, oh, what am I going to do with it, to just reacting to what you've done your entire life. Tavares makes this possible, the quick little yell, and then the release up and over the shoulder of Dan Vladar. What a goal.
And a guy who has scored 500 in the league was more excited about that than his milestone goal the other night. Look at the reaction of the veteran, John Tavares.
You know what?
Cycles it back to Michkov, out in front, and that shot blocked. And now the Leafs have a 2-on-1. It's Robertson to McMahon, in, and Kolosov able to squeeze the pads.
On his wing, I don't think he really thought pass at all. You could see in the middle of the ice, defender just taking away any lane there, and so it was the wise choice. I think in retrospect, though, for me, I think McMahon can take this a little further in, even cut across, but he tries to go 5.
Now Matthews at the top. Riley down low in front, and it's stopped as Tavares had a look in front. Matthews and Nyes out, and Kolosov is off the ice for an extra attacker, so under 4 to go. A 3-goal lead for the Leafs. 6-on-4, scores! And it's a 2-goal lead. Tyson Forster, power play goal.
You know, when the goalie came off, it created an outlet pass for Zegras in the middle of the ice. There's an easy entry right here. There's the extra attacker, aggressive play at the line there by McCabe, and that opened up the lane a little bit late. Reacting was Carlo, and Zegras, man, that puck has been on his stick all night long, and you can see the one-timer by Forster gets down on one knee and takes a little bit of a bump after. Plenty of time left.
Half minute to go. Flyers still down by 2 as it slid past the side of the net. Michkov checked, and it's an empty net for Calle Jarnkrok. Got to the red line, and Heel fired home to ice this one for Toronto. 5-2 as Jarnkrok has his 4th of the year.
The door and a couple of those good chances. Now good effort in the corner to win that puck battle. Jarnkrok not panicking, uses his speed and creates a little.
They'll drop the Flyers record to 6-2 here on home ice.
Anthony Stolarz has had enough. He's seen enough